Okay, we're playing black against the 2200 opponent. Let's see what he goes with. Okay, let's go with the Dutch defense. Okay, we're gonna transpose to a Catalan of some sort, I suppose. This d3 nonsense. Okay, knight c6 is the move here. To do this and not allowing to play e4 with the usual white play. Now I'm just fine here. Yeah, but now he has an isolated c pawn. I'm not sure if that's a good way to play. Okay, let's just move out of here. Let's move out of the d file. Play. Yeah, okay, that is to be expected. But I always have knight to e8, defending this pawn. And once I've played this, I can perhaps push the pawn at some point. We'll see. I think g6 is a good move here. Maybe I could have played g6 first. I don't know. Because now he gets... I have to take on f4. Sorry, on f5. He gets a very strong diagonal for his bishop. So let's stop that. He wants to put a rook on the d file. That's understandable. But I think I might be able to push this queen away with a6, b5. Okay, we're not worried about this. Yeah, let's just do it. As I said, I always have knight to e8. Okay, now he has 3 strikes. But then knight to a5, knight to c4 is very strong, isn't it? So let's go with this. And as I said, the c pawn is going to be a big problem. After rook c8 perhaps. Rook c8, knight a5. And I think he's on the back foot already. Slightly down on time as well. He wants to capture here, but okay. If I move the knight, he captures here, and my queen is pinned. Very interesting idea. But this bishop doesn't have to stay on... It doesn't have to stay on e6. So I am not concerned about this move. I think it's just purely played out of desperation and lack of plan. Okay, still not an issue. Defending the pawn and attacking the bishop with the knight on c4. Really? What if I just take the rook? I think that's a blunder. Yeah, I think he just blundered here. But his position was difficult already. I really don't see... I didn't really see a good plan. I think that the best way to play in this position is just sit and wait for a mistake. So I think that is what he should have done here. Now I'm attacking the bishop again, so... Right, let's just play on the c file. I don't think he has anything here. Perhaps bishop to g5 might be unpleasant. So... Can I just... Yeah, let's play calmly here. Let's just double on the c file, but on the light squares on the c file. Because if I play a rook from a to c8, then he does have bishop to g5. Okay, after this move though, I think I have to activate the queen as well somehow. Let's exchange some pieces. Because I am obviously threatening this pawn. If he just moves to a5, I just put the knight back on c4 and I'm just fine. Simply up a rook here, just to recap. Simply up a rook and the opponent has virtually no compensation. He can attack this pawn with two pieces, that is a bit annoying. But what if we just do this? With knight takes c3, if he takes... yeah. Can he actually attack this knight? I need to be careful here. Yeah, he has a double attack on the knight. Well, obviously we cannot allow for this knight to fall, so we have to defend. And my position is still very good. This light square bishop is still to find a good square, but maybe bishop to h3 is dangerous, I don't know. Let's see, I need to seek an exchange of queens here, that much is clear. Which is easier said than done. Yeah, that's not a bad move. So where can we go from here? Let's push him a little bit. He does have a check, but just a check, nothing else. No, I cannot cover with the queen. That would be a very big mistake because of bishop to e6. But now, can he actually stop? Can he actually stop rook to b1? Rook to b1 is very strong. Okay. Continue with the queen. Oops, wait. How do we continue with the queen exchange here? Without messing up. Attacking c3. He doesn't have entry points on the 7th, which is good. I understand that is what he's looking for. But I don't actually think he has any. And now I can exchange queens perhaps. Because to any move, yeah, that's fine. Maybe let's just play like this. Ah, he has h6. How unpleasant. Here, h6, here. Here, here, here. No, I think everything is protected still. Even on h6. I have a funny move here, king to f8 actually. Is king to f8 a problem? Probably not. I still need to be careful, I'm a bit down on time unfortunately. Okay, let's exchange. And there are some nasty moves on the back rank, something like this perhaps. How does it stop this? No, he cannot avoid the exchange of bishops. I don't think after knight to d1. I don't think he can avoid the exchange of bishops, which pretty much means the end of the game. I think to any move I have... Ah, he takes. What am I doing? He can just take the knight. That was so bad. Okay. Let's hope we can still win this on time. Yeah, that's what happens when you're under pressure, unfortunately. You tend to make mistakes. I'm just going to move the rook here. And do nothing else. or one of the pieces. Consolidating. Let him find the plan here. Yeah, that was completely winning. I mean, I need to analyze this and see exactly where the win was. Even this is probably winning, as a matter of fact. That's what the computer gives. Anyway, stay with me for the analysis. We are going to look at this thoroughly and see where the win was. Okay, let's analyze the game quickly. Here, you should not be automatically going into a Stonewall without having seen whether white has played d4, because as in the game they have this d3 setup, which is very unpleasant because the point behind d3 is to play a quick e4, breaking up your pawn structure and giving you an isolated pawn. So one way to counter this if you want to play the Stonewall is with knight c6, but this is also not very good from a practical point of view. It leads to a difficult game for black because they can still give you an isolated pawn here after playing a quick e4, and then after all the captures they actually have knight to g5 attacking the pawn again. So I would not recommend this setup. If white starts with d3, or if they delay d3, you simply play bishop e7, castles, d6, knight c6, and later e5. And I think that this d3 anti-Stonewall setup is in general the biggest test for the Dutch defense, because in order to carry out your typical kingside attack, you need to consolidate very well first, because otherwise you get crushed in the center or on the queen side. So it is a vast topic, not really a subject of this video. I will actually include this line in my book on the Stonewall Dutch, which is currently in the works. So do follow the channel and I'll keep you posted as to when that's going to be out and published. It should be within the next month. Now back to the game. Okay, e5 is very tempting here, but it's not very good, unfortunately, because of c4, and here takes. Now this is what I meant by white does manage to give you an isolated pawn, because the computer recommends capturing on e4, but then white has this very unpleasant move, knight g5, attacking the pawn with 3 pieces. So not only he does end up recapturing the pawn, but you're left with this weak isolated pawn on e5 while his pawn structure is intact. In the game, for that reason, I played d4, but that's not very good. Luckily my opponent failed to exploit this, because I think he forgot his preparation here, and I'll show you what the right move is. Now they have c3 here, yeah, and if I take, they have this very unpleasant initiative against the light squares with again knight to g5, and this is close to unplayable for black because I haven't castled yet, and there will be problems in this position, I can guarantee you that. If I don't take on c3 and just castle, I'm simply losing a pawn. Like this, so that is also unplayable. So yeah, don't go into this line because it is extremely difficult to play. Luckily my opponent forgot his preparation and actually played c3 on the next move, which is not as dangerous and leads to a perfectly okay position for me. So the chances, he was aware of the move, he just remembered it at the wrong point. Okay, so here he's actually worse, I would say, now because of this isolated pawn on c3. And what exactly is he playing for? It is not very clear. A stopping knight to f5 because I want this light square bishop. It's providing very good cover on the light squares. I don't want to exchange it for the knight. Okay, and here I'm over defending d6, normal natural moves. Okay, the exchange of the light square bishop cannot be avoided anymore, but I've consolidated, so here this is simply a blunder. There's not much more to comment on this. It's just a blunder, basically, losing a rook like this. And this is one of those positions which should be like very straightforward and completely winning for black. Yet I managed to somehow let my opponent play the best moves. And we can say a lot about this here, but there's simply one winning move here. You can pause the video and find out. It is extremely easy to see if you play in line with your advantage. What is my advantage? It is the initiative and the extra material. So I simply need to bring more pieces into the attack. And there's one very obvious move. Once again, if you play in line with your advantage. If you try to play positionally like I did, I mean, that's just not good. There's one very direct way to win, and that is by playing rook to a2. The queen can't go anywhere because you take on f2 with a checkmate on the next move. So in order to stop that, white has to lose the queen, so that is completely winning. So these are the main points about this game. I am quite happy I ended up winning because it would have been quite sad if I lost this game. I mean, it is not easy to get rating and get wins above 2200, let alone 2300. So it is going to continue to become more and more difficult. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.